Hello, my name is Mohammed Nakash. My student code is 7881162, and this is my Veritasium YouTube video analyzer for the comments, obviously. Now, I did the Veritasium YouTube video, and I was able to extract all the comments. And I will not show you the initial comments that I extracted. I will actually show you the end result after showing you all of these notebooks, which I used to add on to basically, which is the same notebook, but four different files. So we'll start off with the first one, which is the pre-processing and cleaning. I was successfully able to extract where was it here? It says over here 14,127 comments, which is pretty good for the extraction phase. But then after cleaning it after the cleaning process, it actually lowered by 2,000, which I will show you right now. So then here next was the drop empty comments, which then it reduced to 13,000. And then here, this was all normalizing the text. And so here, filter out short comments, tokenize plus remove plus punctuation plus stop words. Here's the language filter one, which obviously we're going to do English. And then it reduced down to, this was my final count, which is 12,899 comments, which is almost close to 13,000 comments, which I was pretty happy with, which were usable. And then I saved that to an Excel file. Now that same Excel file, I applied it to this one, which is the NER and keyword extractions. Here I wrote that to make sure to upload the clean comments file. This was all the setup, and here you can see all the comment ID, the author updated, the normal text tokenized, and then the token strings. Extracted the entities over, and then here was the keywords extraction using the TF-IDF. And then this was final one was saving all of the TF-IDF keywords. Next, that same file, we're gonna add on to it the sentiment analysis. So here you can see this was actually what the file actually looks like. I will show you at the end. Text normalized, token string, entity strings over here, and then the keyword strings. I did Vader, which is a rule base. It's fast, which here is the Vader score and then the Vader labels. And then I also did tweet NLP, so both of them, so that I had more to use for my dashboard. This is the Vader label, which was shown up here. And then this is the tweet NLP labels. Now you can see that it will be a bit more accurate. I even said over here that it's transformer based, which would be more accurate, but it did take a bit of time. It was much slower to extract all the sentiments. And then this was just comparing overall. And then the next one, which was the final one, to do was the topic modeling. Here's the setup, download everything. Now here you can see everything from before, all the processes from before, all of them saved, all the tweet NLPs. So we actually have the Vader scores and the Vader labels, same with the tweet label and the tweet NLP, sorry, the tweet NLP score. And then import the MG learn. Here it splits it into separate topics. Here shows the shape. Again, sorry. Here shows the 8 topics. Total were 9 topics. And then here was the final showing all the for the top topics or positive topics, negative comments, and neutral comments. And then finally we saved all of this. Now after all of this, our our CSV file looked something like this. Now it is a lot, but it has all of it from all of the processes, saved everything, the entity strings, entity type, entity types, keywords, the Vader score, Vader label, tweet NLP label, the two scores, the bird topic scores, and the other LD topic, the topics that they belong to. Okay, next we're going to be moving on to showing to you the VS Code. This is what the code looks like overall. It also has evaluation and monitoring using MLflow. For first, I like to open MLflow so that once it's open, afterwards, if I open when I open the dashboard, that it will automatically connect. And I've given the dashboard a custom name for C. So it will open at localhost 5000, and this one basically shows what the name will be for the experiment so that you can easily track it and locate it. Oh, sorry, this is the Streamlit run dashboard.py. And then after you run both of these commands, you will go into the dashboard, which I already have them over and over here. This is the ML flow. It shows you all the tracing and stuff for the AI agent. And this is the actual dashboard. Let me just scroll up. The Veritasium YouTube comments analysis. The channel is Veritasium. Gives you more information on that. The dataset overview, the total, which I will mention before in the notebooks. The positive, negative, and neutral comments. Here's the distribution of those using the sentiment distribution. Here's a graph as well that shows the same thing. For the topic modeling, here are the BERT topics and the LDA topics distribution. And then here we have our functionalities. Number one is the browse comment filter, which you can have the option to choose between positive, negative, and neutral. And you're able to find comments that have minimum likes and the number of results of those comments. So for example, let's do positive. Let's filter comments. So as you can see, it came up with all the positive comments. The other thing is you can search for custom words and you can use semantic, lexical, and hybrid. So for example, I'll use the word gravity as an example. T. And if we search using the semantic, so as you can see, it popped up with the semantic overview for gravity. Next, we're going to try lexical as well. We're going to search for lexical, and obviously the result is going to be different. As you can see, the result is quite different for lexical. And finally, we're going to do hybrid, which is going to be different as well. We'll search that again. And here we are. And then we're going to ask the AI agent. So we'll summarize what people think of gravity in the comments. And then we'll ask the agent. So as we can see, that question, summarize what people think of gravity in the comments. It detected the intent, which was the summarization. Key topics, it was gravity in comments, and here was the answer. And then the last one over here, which is the structured comment analysis, that is. And now we'll see what answer it gives us. We'll analyze the comments. So, as we can see, it produced this answer that overall sentiment is denialist. The key themes are the rejection of gravity, the misunderstanding of physics, and the orbital mechanics misconception. And here's the same name that I showed in the codes. And after we use the AI in here, as we can see, which is the current date that I used the four uses, we can see here latency. We can see the token usage over here and the token per trace. Obviously zero breakdown cost and zero cost over time. After the ML flow, here's my GitHub repository, which has all the files required to run the code. And along with it, the accurate README file, which has all the instructions required to run it. The link to the GitHub repo will be available on the report and as well as in the submission. And I will also post the link to the YouTube video so that you are able to compare and contrast the comments from that video. Thank you so much for listening.